everyone, and good morning. This is Melanie from P&W Traditions, and today we're doing a little experiment for breakfast. I've got a banana that I've mashed up, and we are going to add some cold sourdough starter straight from the fridge. And we're going to try and make some pancakes out of this. My daughter asked me for pancakes or waffles this morning, and I thought, well, it sounded a little carby, so maybe I should try an alternative. So I totally didn't look at a recipe, I just went for it. So I did about a cup of sourdough starter and 1 mashed banana. And I just added a teaspoon of vanilla, just a pinch of salt. And I'm going to go in just with my fingers. Like I said, I'm not measuring, but I think it's about 2 teaspoons of baking soda that I'm adding into this just to try to get it to lift a little bit. And then I'm going to crack in 2 eggs. My daughter wanted to say hello to everyone. Crack in 2 eggs, and then we're going to mix it all up. You could make whatever variations of this. You could put cardamom, cinnamon, whatever you want to put in it. I had thought about even adding chocolate chips into it. Thought that might be good. But they do turn out, spoiler alert, they turn out very thin and lacy, so a chocolate chip might be difficult to get mixed in. And then last minute I decided I wanted to add a little maple syrup just for sweetness, just to cover the banana with the banana sugar. So we're going to grill them up. And I'm doing about a 1/3 cup measure, which you could go even smaller. Let's see, this turned out to be 12 pancakes altogether for me. So, and they spread quite a bit, so you could totally make them smaller. And you can see the batter, it's relatively thin. It spread more than I thought it would, so you could probably go with like a 1/4 cup. I'm just getting them on the griddle, and now I will say this first batch, when I laid it down, the griddle wasn't as hot as I wanted it to be. So I think that attributed to them spreading. You can see the bubbles come up nice. And I'm just testing an edge here, seeing if we're ready to go. And you can kind of see that golden brown up under the edge. So it's looking good to me, like they're ready to flip, but they are, at this point I'm noticing, they're very thin and very lacy, which is just fine. This is an alternative pancake. I'm not expecting them to be big and fluffy like a buttermilk pancake. But I thought, well, let's experiment. So I finished grilling these ones up, and then I went ahead to the rest of the batter, and I add about another 1/3 cup of my cold sourdough starter. Just to experiment, just to see if it'll bulk it up a little bit, keep it from spreading so thin, if maybe they can get a little thicker. So if you're doing this at home, you can start probably with 1.5 cups, I'd say, of sourdough starter. I'm going to pull this first batch off. We're going to throw the second batch on. And they turned out good. I mean, that's good stuff right there. I was pretty pleased with it for just coming up with it off the top of my head. And my girls were so pleased to have pancakes for breakfast. And Mom was happy because they're pretty good for you. You could add flax or chia seeds or whatever, hemp parts, put granola on top of them. The options are endless. So this did bulk up my batter. My griddle is hotter, which I would recommend starting with a hot griddle. And these ones turned out much more, I wouldn't call them fluffy, but they did have more bulk to them, and you can tell as I flip them, you can see them puff a little, which the other ones I didn't see that. And she is excited for her breakfast this morning. She's waiting ever so patiently. So, yeah, that's a stack of pancakes right there, guys. Something you can feel good about too, not too carby, using your sourdough starter. Got it way long fermented. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.